Well, 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 my classy people, how are y'all doing today? My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King, of course. And as always, turn your closed captions on. Please subscribe if you haven't. It is Wednesday and tip sheets. I just send them out. Thank you to everyone for purchasing them. They're still available by emailing us at speedking24@yahoo.com. Speedking24@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for your support. Well, it's Wednesday, and it's time to look at the big race, the Preakness. So let's dial into the Preakness. Here's going to be our picks and our predictions. It is race number 13 on the card, going a mile and 3:16, a full field of 9 for $2 million. We know some of the actors. We know some of the players here. I've checked the weather forecast, and I really hope that the weather subsides because there's a bunch of turf races that we're interested in. But hey, let's do something different. Let's run through all 9, all right? For the folks that have patience that watch my videos. I don't typically do this, but let's dial right in. Let's start right in with, and I'll give you my top pick at the end of this. Let's dial right in with the number 1 horse. Well, goal oriented. Well, goal oriented is 6-1 on the morning line. This looks like the horse that's going to get the lead, if you ask me. He's going to save a bunch of ground. Trained by Bob Baffert. And Flavien Prat is in the orange. This one lacks experience for sure. He's got 2 starts and 2 wins. He's never done anything wrong by not this time. I would be kind of shocked, I guess, if this inexperienced horse beat horses in here that are experienced. He has Lasix off for the first time in his first 2 starts. He did at 6-1. I think at worst case you use the number 1 horse, goal oriented, with light experience underneath. The number 2, well, I mean, everybody think I have a problem with the journalist horse, the reporter horse, extra, read all about it. Well, journalism, we all know, ran second in the Kentucky Derby. He's 8-5 on the morning line. And just a classy trainer, Mike McCarthy, does the conditioning. I see they still have Respily up. I would have personally changed them, but that's why I'm not a trainer, right? But anyway, the horse is bred tremendously, obviously, by Curlin, who was trained by Steve Asmussen. I thought Curlin should have won the Derby for Steve Asmussen as well as Gunrunner. Hey, Uncle Mo on the back end by journalism has earned already $1.6 million. Well, I faded him in the Derby, and I'm going to fade him in the Preakness. No, he didn't. I am. Well, again, you know, the horse is going to be sitting in a beautiful spot. 4 wins from 6 starts, 1 second, 1 third, has always hit the board, has never done nothing wrong, okay? I would love to own a horse like this. But here's the deal. There's a 2-week turnaround here, and traveling from Kentucky to here and being ready to run, and it was a top effort. So, and he actually ran slower than he did back there in the Santa Anita Derby, which I thought it was an 0-2X pattern. He's 8-5 on the morning line, probably on his way to 6-5. I think he's an underlay with his probabilities to win the race. Can he win the race? Well, of course he can. He'll just be doing it once again without me. He's an underlay in this point. I think you surely have to use him underneath if you don't like him on top, which I do not, okay? But he is showing up underneath for me. I'm going to fade the old reporter horse once again. There he goes, kicking in Respily's back. I'm not kicking his back in. We're just not on the turf, are we? No. And what's going to happen here, there's a lot of speed. This horse is drawing on the inside to the 2 posts. So I think the 1, 3, the 6, and probably the 8 is going to go back. So he's going to be behind the wall of horses. Should be sitting 4th or 5th. And he's going to need room to get out for sure. So to me, journalist obviously deserves to be favored, I guess. But he's coming in on a top race, coming in off of a top race, unlike when we get down to Sandman, who did not come in on a top race. I think the 2-week turnaround will affect him more than anything, which is the reason why Sovereignty skipped the race. I'm going to fade him. He's probably going to be around my 3rd pick. The number 3 horse, one of the speed horses in here, American Promise. Well, D. Wayne doing the conditioning. I would be shocked. This one finished 16th by 38 in the Derby. Came out of an overnight stake race back there in March 15th, which was the Virginia Derby, and went gate to wire there. This one ran horrible in the Derby, okay? This is an off race. He will add to the front pace with Bob Baffert's horse, the number 1, the number 3, the number 6, and the number 8. It should be pretty fast up front. I don't like the number 3 horse. I'm going to toss him out surely in the win hole. Well, here's a horse that I did a profile on. The number 4 horse, Heart of Honor, obviously by Honor AP. You know I love that. Who goes back to Honor Code, who goes all the way back to AP Indy, Seattle Slew, and he's related to Secretariat, obviously. So Heart of Honor is a Japan horse, or by Great Britain, coming by way of Great Britain. Skip the Kentucky Derby. I think this horse is sneaky good and is my long shot play if you go watch my video. 12-1 on the morning line. I think the number 4 will be north of 20-1 for sure. Safi Osborne is in the orange, riding for her dad. So, you know, a female is riding the number 4 horse. I love the bloodline on the number 4. Pay Billy. Well, Pay Billy's the local wise guy horse. Looks like he's overmatched in here. Should get stomped if you ask me. But again, he may add to some of the pace here. Is trained by Graham. You know, Mina's in the orange. I don't like nothing about Pay Billy in this spot. If he wins, God bless him. Does have a lot of experience, though, with 8 starts. The number 6 horse. Well, here's the horse that you really probably should pay a lot of attention to. River Thames, 9-2. That's a square price with his probability to win this race from everything that I do here. River Thames obviously skipped the Derby for this spot, and is sitting in a beautiful spot. Has enough speed to break and pull back a little bit as long as he don't get caught up in a speed duel. Has the services of the aggressive IRAD. Pletcher's doing the conditioning. It's got 4 starts. That's okay. This is his 5th start. He did run 3rd in the bluegrass behind Burnham Square, and of course East Avenue. He was making up a ton of ground. He's fresh, he's fit, and he's fast now. He's been away for 39 days, so he should be sitting on go-go for sure. I think River Thames is a big, big threat in this race for sure. Well, we come to the number 7 horse, Sandman. Well, Sandman, unlike the reporter horse, Journalism, both come out of the Derby, but I think you put a line right through Sandman's last race, which is the Derby. It's not an effort, so it really didn't knock him out. He was bumped, and he was brushed and bumped, and he had some trouble. He was pretty wide there. Finished 7th by 12. That's a non-race for me. We do have a new boy up now, Johnny V. That's right, the Hall of Famer Johnny V, because Jose Ortiz decided to take the number 8 horse, Clever Again, for Steve Asmussen. He was already committed. But if you ask me, Sandman last race is not an effort like the journalist horse, who ran a very big race, Journalism. So I think Sandman is a huge, huge threat in this spot. Hey, here's the wise guy horse. There's always one. And number 8, Clever Again, trained by my guy, Steve Asmussen. Well, this horse is very, very fast. And Steve Asmussen got another fast horse in the 4th race, the Merlin Sprint, by the way, Booth, right? That horse is extremely, extremely fast. We're going to try to beat Booth with the number 2 horse, Prince of Jericho. But Clever Again is a wise guy horse. This horse, just like Bob Baffert's horse, lacks experience. 3 wins, 3 starts, 2 wins in 1 second. You know, he's going to add to this fuel up front, okay, in terms of the pace. So it's going to be lively. Hopefully he don't get caught wide into the first turn. He will have to improve 3 or 4 limbs, and he probably will. I don't know if he'll improve that much, but, you know, this is his 4th start, and Steve Asmussen horses improve gradually. They don't jump big usually, for sure. So I'm going to kind of fade the number 8 horse, Clever Again. I did do a profile on him. I would be pretty shocked if he won this race for sure, the number 8. And the 9 horse, well, I didn't know what to do with this horse, Gozier, right? Okay, Gozier, trained by Brendan Walsh. You got Louis in the orange. This one has 2 wins from 3 starts in 1 second. There's quite a few horses in here that lacks experience. The number 9 horse only has 3 starts. The number 8 horse only has 3 starts. The number 1 horse only has 2 starts for sure. And, you know, so those horses I'm going to kind of fade for sure for lack of experience. Can they win the race? Yes, they can, but they will be doing it without me. So there's your 9. There's my synopsis. My top pick here has got to be Sandman. This This horse is bred top and bottom by Tappet. Goes all the way back through some great sires, 5 generations on the back end by the late great Distorted Humor on the female side. I just think that this horse is just fantastic. And coming out of the Arkansas Derby, they did him no favorites to track that day at Kentucky. Okay, you're getting 4-1 on him. Which is about what he was going into the Derby in the 19 horse field. Today we only have 8 to beat. I think if the track is at least solid and not just sloppy good, I think this gray can beat these horses for sure. I am head over heels with Sandman. You know I liked him going into the Derby. Sovereignty first with Sandman, but you can just put a line right through the Kentucky Derby. Didn't like the going, did pass quite a few of them coming home, finishing 7. I think he should be the horse, in my opinion, to beat here. Sandman at the top of my calling, the number 7 horse. Secondly, well, I told you, our second pick is River Thames. I just think that this horse going into his 5th start is going to be, is going to really sit a beautiful trip and not get caught up in the speed duel for sure. Irad's probably going to be aggressive. He did run 2nd behind Sovereignty in the Fountain of Youth. That was a beautiful race. They rolled him back into a grade 1 in the Bluegrass. Did not disgrace there. Only lost by 3 3/4 lengths. This horse is literally 1 length away from being undefeated, being 4-0. He lost by a neck in the Fountain of Youth to Sovereignty, and he lost 3/4 of a length in the Bluegrass to Burnham Square at East Avenue. And by the way, River Thames finished up very nicely. So this horse is less than a length from being undefeated. Okay, is by McLean Music. Well, the distance may be an issue, but it don't look like it was so far. Right, by Discreet Cat on the back end. This is a big race for this horse. 9-2 will tell you a lot about this horse and where he goes from there. So my top 2 picks here is Sandman and River Thames. I just think that these 2 horses are clearly the horses to beat in here, and I think they're going to take some beating for sure. Sandman should sit behind the fast duels up front. It should be 4 or 5 horses out there. He should drop to the back of the pack and make one move, as Journalists should be down on the inside and may have a traffic problem for sure, because there's 4 or 5 horses that's faster than him, and he's going to be on the rail breaking from the 2 post, so he's going to have to, Respirly's going to have to navigate out again from that spot. If we had a 3rd horse to put there to round out our super factor, well, I guess, I would have to obviously use Journalism, right? He's our 3rd choice here. He's 8-5 on his way to 6-5. I don't have no real big problem with him, other than I don't like him short, and he doesn't have to win this here race. This is the East Coast. This ain't the same San Gabriel Mountains where there's 5 horses. Yo, they'll give you the business here on the East Coast. Journalism, our 3rd pick here. We're going to round out our superfecta with the number 1 horse, Goal Oriented. Bob Baffert is going to save all the ground, and I don't think anyone's going to get in front of the number 1 horse. It's the shortest run around the track. He's got the best gate splits, if you ask me, to the run up. The number 1 horse should get right to the front, but he's going to have company. So long, Flavian Pratt. Don't miss the break. He's going to be our 4th pick. So there is your Preakness Stakes. Like I said, I just like 2 horses in here. First, number Sandman, you put a line through that last race. 4-1 is square on his way up to 5-1. Our second pick is a horse that I just think is sitting on go-go, y'all. River Thames, right? So if I had 2 to take out of here, it would be 7-6, 6-7. I think those are the only 2 I'm going to use in my pick 3s, pick 4s, and pick 5s for sure. So in the order of finish, 7, 6, 2, 1. Just like that. You can go ahead and box it up. I'm going to be playing across doubles and pick 3s. I'm just going to use 2 here, folks. 7 and the 6 for sure. Stay classy. Remember, our tip sheets, it's only Wednesday. You can still get your orders in. SpeedKing 24 at yahoo.com. Extra. Read all about it. The SpeedKing that faded that California horse. Take him back to San Gabriel Mountains. We're going to fade him. He's going to be 6-5. I'm sure. 2 weeks turnaround? Not for me. Stay classy, y'all, for all that you do, right? That was a big race for him coming out of that race. Unlike Sandman, that wasn't an effort. 7667 for your SpeedKing. I like both of them. I could stop right there. Won't no other horse appear on my pick 3s, pick 4s, or pick 5 other than the 7 and the 6. They're both square prices. 4-1 and 9-2. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Stay classy, y'all. And by the way, in the second race on Saturday, drop the hammer, the number 9. If you want to pad your bankroll, go to the second race. If you get 2-1, you're getting a gift. So long it's on the turf. Drop the hammer. Drop a load on the number 9 horse, I believe it is, in the second race. Drop the hammer. I'm going to pad my bankroll with that one. It's only an allowance race. That horse should kill those horses. Just a side note. There he goes.